Hello, my name is Daryl Bem. I'm director of the Psi Research Laboratory, Department of Psychology, Cornell University. You are about to see a reenactment of an experiment designed to test for telepathic communication between two people, designated as the sender and the receiver. Each experimental session requires 4 people to participate: 2 experimenters and 2 subjects. When we recruit a subject, we ask that person to serve as the receiver in the session, and that person is invited to bring a friend to the laboratory to serve as the sender for that session. If they do not bring a friend to serve as sender, then one of our laboratory personnel serves as the sender for the session. Okay, as we mentioned briefly over the phone when you were asked to be in the experiment, this is an experiment on telepathy in which we test to see whether or not information can be transferred from one of you to another through telepathic communication. As David mentioned, you will serve as the receiver, the person trying to receive the information, and Sarah, you will serve as the sender, trying to send the information. In particular, there is a sending room, and Sarah and Dave, who will be the experiment accompanying you, will go into that room, and you will be shown a brief film clip. It lasts about a minute, and over a period of a half an hour, you will see that same film clip about 6 times. Meanwhile, Craig and I will be in the receiving room, and he will be attempting to see the information through your eyes or receive the information that you are looking at. In particular, this experiment is based on the hypothesis that we all receive ESP signals or information all the time, but that we are unable to detect it because of all the other stimulation that floods in on us. So Craig will be put into a mild sensory isolation kind of procedure. And this is known as the Ganzfeld. The word Ganzfeld is a German word that means total field, and it refers to your visual and auditory environment that we will put you in. In particular, you will be wearing ping pong ball halves over your eyes, which produces a completely homogeneous visual field, and we will have headphones over your ears and play white noise, which is a random mixture of all sound frequencies, into your ears, and that produces then this total field. You will sit for about 30 minutes, at which time Sarah will be seeing the film clip, and we will ask you to describe all thoughts, feelings, and images that pass through your mind. And we will tape record those, and I will also be taking notes on those. At the end of the half-hour session, you will be shown 4 film clips, one of which will be the target film clip, which by that I mean that is the film clip that Sarah will have been seeing during that half hour. After you see each film clip, I will ask you to judge how similar it is to the thoughts, feelings, and images that you experienced during the Ganzfeld period. And you will rate each of those on a 100-point scale. If you give the highest rating to the actual target, then we count that as a hit. And at that point, neither you nor I will know which of the 4 film clips is the target. So since there are 4 film clips, that means by pure chance you would expect a hit 1 every 4 times. Now, there have been over 60 experiments of this type conducted since the early 70s, and the usual finding is a hit rate of about 1 out of 3, or 33%. And while that may not seem like a very large hit rate, if you had that margin of advantage at a casino, you'd get rich very quickly. Now, Sarah and David will be able to hear everything that goes on in this room, so they will hear everything you say, and in that way Sarah can try to guide you mentally toward the target, and she will also hear you as you're making the judgment, so she can even guide you at that time. Neither you nor I can hear anything that goes on in the sender's room, and the computer will inform David after we are all completely sealed off as to which target to show, which film clip to show as the target. Let's see if there's anything else. Would either of you like something to drink before we begin?
No, thanks.
Okay. And when we actually get you seated in the reclining chair, you may want to remove your boots, just to make you more comfortable. The kinds of things that you can say during the session: we'd like to know what sights you see, what sounds you hear, whether you feel any physical sensations, what mood or tone you think the film clip might contain. The other thing I would add is that we don't care if you're silent for a long period of time. If no imagery comes to you, then don't say anything. Don't try to make up something just to please us. Okay? If we're about ready, then we can take a tour. One final thing I do have to ask you to do is this experiment, like all experiments, is reviewed by the Human Subjects Committee to make sure that the subjects are treated well and treated correctly. And we ask you to sign a consent form that gives us permission to transcribe the tape of everything you say. Your name will be removed from that, so your name does not appear on the experimental report, but this does give us that release. Okay, so let me have you sign that. Okay, do you have any other questions at this time?
No.
Okay, why don't we show all of you where things are and where Sarah will be and where you will be. Okay?
Get up ahead and go. So. Sarah. Sarah will be sitting here.
Okay. And this is the TV set on which you will watch the film clip. There's a tape in here that contains all the film clips. And the printer there receives the instructions from the computer in the other room that tells David which film clip is to be shown. And that we don't do that until you're completely isolated from Craig and me. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's get you set up over here. You want to sit down? Okay. First thing I'd like to do is have you put this microphone on your shirt. Use this navigator clip there. Okay, I'm now going to lean you back and put out a leg rest for you. Okay. And now I'd like you to place these two ping pong balls in your eyes so that you have no gaps around them. You can just hold them in place until I put these goggles on you. These goggles will hold those in place so they don't come off. Oops. Okay. You want to just adjust those so they stay in place? Okay, and you shouldn't be able to see any gaps or shadows?
No.
Okay, I'm now going to put headphones on you, and again, you can adjust those so that they're comfortable. Cover your ears.
Okay.
Okay, the first 15 minutes of the session, you will be listening to a relaxation tape. A woman's voice will lead you through a series of exercises to get all the bodily tension out. And then the gone spell period will start, and she will actually give you the instructions of when to begin. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Craig, what I'm going to do first is start the relaxation tape. And you just follow the instructions of the voice on the tape. Okay, here we go.
Get as comfortable as you can. Loosen any clothing that may be too tight. I want you to become very relaxed. Take a deep breath and go deeper. As soon as you begin observing your mental processes, start thinking out loud.
carriage wheel, spokes, a four-leafed clover, a forlorn Donald Duck, a train entering a tunnel, boxcars, a ridiculously large cartoon dinosaur, an owl with a telescope, a lot of cartoon images, cartoon fish with sunglasses.
Okay, that ends the period of the Ganzfeld period. Before we show you the 4 tapes, what I would like to do is review some of the things you said and see if you have any clarifications. Okay? Here we go. The first thing you said was propeller, and then a Ferris wheel, carriage wheel. Then you mentioned a submarine or a shark or a zeppelin, some kind of oval shape. Is that right?
Yes. It was moving too.
Okay, and then you said something about looking out an eye like the window in Captain Nemo's submarine.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking out from it or looking at it?
No, I was looking at it.
And you mentioned cartoon animals doing things. Do you know what they were doing? Was there any particular theme?
No, not really.
Okay. What I'm going to do now is ask the computer to tell me which film clips to show you. And one of these is the target, although the computer does not tell me which one, so I still do not know which one it is. Okay. I'm now going to show you the 4 film clips, and I will come over there now and put them up on the board for you. Okay. Okay, let me turn off the red lights for you. Okay, why don't you take off the headphones? And next the goggles. And the eyeballs. Okay. And now I'm going to release the chair so you can sit up. Okay. Here are the titles of the 4 film clips that I'm going to show you on the TV monitor. The first one is called Lucy at the Switchboard. Next one is called Telepathic Fish. And one called Horses. And one called Sinking Car. And again, one of these is the target, but I do not know which one. After I show you each one of these, I will ask you for a rating on this 100-point scale. And what you will do is rate how similar the film clip is to the thoughts, images, and feelings you experienced during the Ganzfeld.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go turn on the set now. Okay, Craig, I'm now going to show you the first film clip, and that is Lucy at the Switchboard.
In The Fuller Brush Girl, Lucy gave us a glimpse of the dazzling but adorable character that she would later portray on the most popular comedy series in television history.
I can explain, Mr. Simpson. It was just...
Okay, did you see anything in that clip that resembled the imagery that you had during the Ganzfeld period?
No, not really.
Okay, on a scale of 0 to 100%, what rating would you give that in terms of how similar it was to what you had thought and the images you had?
I think I would give it a 5.
Okay. You will have the opportunity to change your ratings until you're satisfied with them after you've seen all 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm now going to show you the next film. This is called Telepathic Fish. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Naval Fish is small, yellow, leech-like, and probably the oddest thing in the universe. It feeds on brainwave energy, absorbing all unconscious frequencies and then excreting telepathically a matrix formed from the conscious frequencies and nerve signals picked up from the speech centers of the brain. The practical upshot of which is that if you stick one in your ear, you instantly understand anything said to you in any form of language. The speech you hear decodes the brainwave matrix. Now, it is such a bizarrely improbable coincidence that anything so mind-bogglingly useful could evolve purely by chance that many thinkers have chosen to see it as a final and clinching proof of the non-existence of God.
Okay, did you see anything in that one that resembled your imagery?
Well, there was the fish, and there was also the tunnel of the fish going into the ear. That seemed similar.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that was about it.
Okay, what rating would you give that on the 100-point scale?
I would give it 50%.
50, okay. Okay, the next one that I'm going to show you is called horses. Here we go. Okay, was there anything that you saw in that film clip?
No, I didn't really see anything at all.
Okay, what rating would you give that?
I would give that a 0.
Okay. Okay, Craig, I'm now going to show you the last film clip, and this is called The Sinking Car. Here we go.
You know what you're doing there? She moved. Oh my God. She's dead. Right here, she's dead.
Okay, did you see anything in there?
Well, there was the submarine. That seemed related, but it seemed too intellectual. I don't think it felt right.
Okay, what rating would you give that?
I'd give it a 10.
Okay, at this point, you have the telepathic fish in first place with a 50. You have the sinking car in second place with 10. Lucy at the switchboard in third place at 5. And horses in last place at 0. Do you want to see any of the clips again, or are you happy with all those ratings?
I'm happy with my ratings.
Okay. I will now record those into the computer, and I will now ask Sarah and David to come in and tell us how we did. Okay?
It was a hit. It was Foulfish. I could really tell that you were picking up what I was seeing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Terrific.
Perhaps you want to consider going to Las Vegas now.
Yeah.
Pair of you. Okay, I'd like to thank both of you
Well,
for
thank
being
you.
in it, and
That was great. Thanks.
we'll give you a call again when we're ready to run another experiment.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, thanks for coming.
Bye.
Good. Another
Very
again?
easy.
Right.